princess. It's story time. It's story time. It's story time. Woohoo! It's story time. Boy, do I have a Uber story for you guys. Uber is ridiculous. Hey guys, what's up? What's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Teeks, or you can call me Takara. It is whichever one you would prefer to call me. If you're new here, don't forget to go ahead and click that subscribe button. That way you can become a part of the Teacup family. And on this channel, we love to create our own world. We do what we want to do. We don't let nobody else tell us, or society tell us what we're gonna do. We create our own world. Also, everybody out there who's watching, go ahead and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. You can check out my Snapchat. You can even give my Facebook a good likey. Just saying. So this story time, I'm going to be telling you guys about the time my Uber driver almost killed me. He almost killed me, okay? So I took a visit to Chicago, Illinois to go visit this guy that I was dating, boyfriend, whatever you want to call it. We're still talking right now. You know, it's complicated. That's how things be. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the point of this story. Okay? Stop trying to get in my business. So anyways, I went up there to visit him. He was having problems with his car. So in order for me to get to the airport, I had to take an Uber in Chicago. And when I tell y'all, I was scared as hell because for one, I was in Chicago. I was in Chicago. And for two, I just don't like taking taxis and stuff like that with people like I don't know. Like, I just don't like being in a car. Like, it freaks me out to be in a car with somebody that I don't know. They could do anything. They could take me somewhere. Plus, I'm small, and for me to be doing that by myself, I was scared. So my phone was having problems downloading Uber on my phone. I had to download Uber on Jonathan's phone because at the time I had a iPhone 4S, and for some reason I just couldn't download Uber. Well, I had Uber, but the app was just not working for me. I downloaded it on my boyfriend's phone, and he finally brought the app up, and I had to put in my bank card information and all of that stuff. So I put in all of my information and all of that good stuff, and we found Uber, and it said that the Uber was 5 minutes away from where my boyfriend lived at, so where I was staying at that time. You know, when you get on the Uber app, you can actually pull up the face of who is going to be your driver, what type of car they drive, all that good stuff. So when it popped up, I forgot the dude's name who was driving, but he was driving an Impala, and it was a guy, and I was just like, I told my boyfriend, I was like, I don't think this is a good idea. I don't think this is a good idea. He was like, why are you scared to get on the Uber? Like, it's just an Uber, like, it's gonna take you straight there. Like, I was like, no, like, I'm scared. I was like, well, if I take this Uber, you're going to stay on the phone with me the whole time. Like, I'm not getting off the phone with you. Like, I'm scared, for real. And this is a man, like, I just don't trust it. So anyway, we're waiting on the guy never shows up, and I'm like, where is this guy? And mind you, I had a coupon code as well that we had typed in or whatever, and we wanted to make sure that the guy had got the coupon code. So we called him, and he was like, yeah, he was like 2 minutes away, and he had got my coupon code and everything like that, for like my free ride or whatever, blah 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 blah, whatever, however Uber worked. But I guess like it wasn't like a completely free ride. I still would have had to pay a little bit more because I was going like 45 minutes away. Like, the airport was like 45 minutes away. I was like, okay, whatever, at least I won't have to pay as much as taking a percentage off of my ride. Anyways, the guy gets there, you know, I say bye to my boyfriend, all of that stuff. I get in the car, guy puts my bags in the car, and I get in the car. And the guy just casually, you know, starts talking to me. He was like, oh, you're going to blah 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 airport. I'm like, yeah. And he was like, oh, are you from here? He starts driving, and he was like, are you from here? And I was like, no, like, I just came to visit my boyfriend or whatever. I was like, I'm not from here or whatever. He was like, oh, where are you from? And I was like, well, I live in Georgia. I was like, he was like, oh, you're from Atlanta. I was like, well, I'm not from there. I was like, but I live in Georgia or whatever, blah blah blah. He asked me, he was like, what time does your flight leave? And I was like, I believe my flight left at like 3:30. I was trying to get to the airport early because if you haven't seen one of my vlogs with the guy that I was dating, I have a vlog on my vlog channel where I talked about how Jonathan missed his flight, and he was about to make me miss my flight. I was like, dude, like, I have to get to the airport early. But anyways, I'm telling this guy, you know, I'm trying to get to the airport early. I left at like 1 o'clock, which I believe I should have left even a little bit early. So the guy was like, well, why are you leaving so early if your flight doesn't leave until 3:30? And I was like, because like I have to get to the airport early, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, he starts driving, he starts bumping the music or whatever. I'm texting Jonathan, like, call me in like a couple minutes, because like I just keep texting me, because if something happens, like, I want you to know that I'm okay. So I'm just texting John or whatever. Then he calls me and asks me if I was okay. I was like, yeah, I'm okay. Finally get to the airport area where the airport is at, so I can find my gate or whatever. So we're on the road and we're driving, and he doesn't know where we are. He's like, oh, I don't know where the airport is. like, I'm like, dude, by this time it's like 2 o'clock. I'm like, I cannot miss my flight. Like, I need to get my bags to the, like, how don't you know? You live in Chicago. How do you not know where you're going? So he's like, oh, like, I'm just about to stop at this Enterprise right here to see where I'm going. So I'm like, where's, like, you're about to pull the car over? Like, no, like, so I'm texting John like, dude, he's about to pull the car over. So he stops at this random ass Enterprise and asks these people, do they know where the airport is at? And they're like, directing him or whatever. Okay, so then we get in the car, he's driving, we end up behind the airport. Do you know, like, where the planes and stuff, I guess, like, where the people at the airport work at? We ended up like behind, like, where the planes actually fly out at. I don't know how we got back there. There were like gates and like barbed wires, and it was just like the middle of nowhere. There were like a few people that were out there, so I kind of felt a little bit okay. But I really thought that he was trying to, like, first of all, I thought he was trying to do something frisky or crazy, because he kept pulling over and it was just making me really, really nervous. I'm like, why does he keep stopping? Like, why? So then we left there. He asked somebody else there, like, did they know where the airport is at? He was like, is this the airport where you drop people off at? And they're like, no, like, you have to go to the gates. Like, what? The departing? Like, what are you doing? You know how the airport works. I'm pretty sure he dropped plenty of people off at the airport. So then we start driving, and he's like going the wrong way, like looking at his GPS, like, I guess that's how you use Uber, whatever he was doing. And we finally get to like this, like, just this main road, but there was like construction going on in the main road. We're driving, and he's looking at his GPS, like, trying to drive. I'm like, bro, why is this man texting and driving? Like, I cannot deal. I'm in the car, you're trying to kill me. He's like looking at his thing, and he was like, oh shoot, I'm going the wrong way. Mind you, we're on a main road. Okay, we're on a main road with 3 lanes, and then there's another side with 3 lanes, and there's construction. So there's cones and just, you know, the big cone. There's cars coming, like, we're driving this way, and there's cars driving this way. He was like, oh no, I'm going the wrong way. Literally made a U-turn in the middle of a main road with construction, and they're literally, like, a car was literally this close when we were, like, there's a car coming and we're like turning, and there's a car like coming, like, literally. I'm like, bro, you trying to kill me? Like, I just want to get to the airport. He literally makes a U-turn. And I literally texted Jonathan and was like, bro, he almost killed me. He was like, what happened? What happened? I'm like, babe, he literally almost killed me. I was like, he did a U-turn in the middle of the road. And my eyes were literally like an emoji. I'm like, bruh. And all I could do was laugh, because I was like, I told Jonathan this was a bad idea. Jonathan was in the text messages like, do I need to, like, call him? Or he was like, what do I need to do? So we're like laughing, and I was like, I could not deal or whatever. So he makes a U-turn. We finally end up at the airport gates. But when you look up, the airport gates say international. I'm like, he was like, alright, you can get out. I have you at your gate. I said, this is not my gate, sir. I'm not going to Mexico or China. I am going back to Atlanta. Why are you dropping me off at an international gate? Then he was like, oh, this not your gate? I said, no. And it's 2:45. My flight is about to leave. Like, you tripping. So then, like, we finally, he takes me back, and he's doing all this, like, just being really weird. Like, finally he gets me to my right gate. And I'm like asking him, I'm like, okay, like my boyfriend has the phone with my like information on it, like does he just need to press the pay button and it'll pay you? He was like, oh no, he's like rushing me. He's like, oh no, it'll automatically take it out, it'll automatically take the money out. All right, hurry up. Hurry up, takes my bag out the car. He's like, all right, bye, see you later. I'm like, so I don't need to pay, like how do I pay you, like how much is it gonna be? Like I'm trying to figure out. And he's like rushing me. He was like, all right, no, all right, bye. And I'm like, what the hell? I get out, I look, and my card charged me literally $45. I said, this should have not been $45. I went on Twitter, I told Uber that he really got over on me. I feel like he basically was acting like he was lost so that he can make more money. Obviously, I don't know if they don't make money when you use the coupon code. Maybe that's why he was trying to act like he was lost. But he basically rode around and acted like he didn't know what he was doing. Probably just to get more money, and I was mad because he probably did it because I was a girl and probably because I looked young. Whatever it was, it pissed me off. I tweeted Uber about it. I never ended up calling the customer service place, which I should have. But yeah, that was the time that my Uber driver basically almost killed me, and he clearly got over on me and took more money from me than he was supposed to, and it really made me mad. But that's the time that he almost killed me, literally. Like I almost died. This car literally almost killed my ass. That was my story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Tell me about your worst Uber or taxi driving or just driving experience ever, if somebody ever has tried to kill you in a car or whatever, because that's no fun. Moral of the story is just be careful when you are like driving, or like if you have somebody else driving, definitely don't drink or drive. Just be careful, and be careful about choosing Uber, because clearly all the stories that I've heard are a lot of crazy Uber people out there. I've heard so many different stories. Anyways, don't forget to give this video a like if you guys would like to see more Storytime videos on my channel. But don't forget to go check out all of my videos on my channel and subscribe. That way you can stay updated with all videos that drop down here on this channel. Other than that, I love you guys, and I hope this was entertaining. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!